Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the sound of drop falling into poison. It's Dave here, as you know. Last episode was... wow. I turned it into a mega episode, guys. I really thought we were getting close to one of the true ends, or at least an end that we hadn't seen before, but it got to the point where it was getting late at night and my voice was hurting, so I had to decide to stop. And conveniently, we managed to get to a cliffhanger point to stop at with a decision to make. I could go on about everything that happened in the last episode, but that would take way too long. It was 2.5 hours long, the episode. So, basic points is Sayo was alive when we came back to Manten Aquarium after Himeno instructed us to go back and save Sayo. She'd met up with the ghost of Mari, and all three of them went together to kind of find out the truth and things like that. But we also had it confirmed by Sayo and Mari, as well as our own witnessing account, that Kenji and Saganuma Reiko were definitely working together at the times when they were alive. In terms of in the terms of Reiko, they were working together, possibly had a romantic relationship, but they definitely were working together, and together they plotted and killed the director. Well, Reiko was the one who killed the director, but we learned that it was actually Kenji who killed Mari. So not too happy with Kenji at all at the moment. We also then learned more of the truth about the whole malicious Manten Aquarium. We also learned that the malicious form had taken on the form of a giant whale. Mari's trying to save us by getting all the souls of the fish to come along to her side, kind of thing. Trying to influence the red Manten Aquarium towards Mari's side of thinking, rather than the grudge that was held by the director, his grudges and regrets. So those were kind of the main points, but also Sayo kind of blames herself for Mari's death, because apparently Sayo came to Manten Aquarium 5 years ago when Mari was still alive, and it was Sayo who led Mari to the deep sea fish booth at the time. And then later on, Mari decided she wanted to go back there again, which is where we think she may have run off to when she fell out with Mayumi when she was alive 5 years ago, and ultimately she died by Kenji filling up the tunnel tank that she'd hidden in, and so she kind of drowned. But we don't remember the details, and neither does Mari. So we also learned that Saganuma Reiki, she wanted to fulfill her goals on her own. She was just using Kenji as a tool towards those means, and we then saw that Reiko then killed Kenji. So Kenji's dead, Reiko's obviously already dead, and Mari's already dead. We then come to roughly the point where we had a decision to make, where we had to either protect Mari from this malicious whale that had appeared due to Sayo being kind of afflicted by her own guilt and feelings, which merged from the blue normal Manten Aquarium with the red Manten Aquarium, which caused a violet poison phenomenon, which maybe where the title of the game comes from. But when that created it in the deep sea fish booth, we had a choice whether to push Mari into the path of the whale and save ourselves, or protect her and both get consumed by the whale, which we did. We protected her, and they both kind of ended up in a kind of limbo area with Sayo, but they weren't dead, apart from obviously Mari. But there, we learned a few more truths, and then ultimately we came to meet the destruction of the red Manten Aquarium. It's beginning to crumble now that the soul of the director has kind of been freed by Mari's will to make everything good again. So Mari's trying to take it off the hands of the director and his grudges and guilt, and also eliminate Saganuma Reiko from her malicious intent from causing it to become corrupt again. So at the moment, the red Manten Aquarium is crumbling in kind of a dark light, like it's blue, but it's also crumbling into dark holes. And when we're about to run and escape to go back to Himeno, who is already safe, we ran with Sayo, Mari, and Mayumi back towards the exit. But we then met up with the director's soul or spirit. Sayo had a deep conversation with her father about his decisions and the story between him and Reiko, about where the path of the aquarium should go. And it was more, Sayo was looking more towards the profits and attracting lots of customers, whereas the director was not interested in the profits and more about preserving the life of the aquarium and education. There's points to both arguments, but ultimately if the business is dying, you need the money. But Sayo didn't agree with her father's opinions about the aquarium, and her father was trying to plead with Sayo to come with him, which would essentially mean Sayo would have to die. Sayo's had way too many incidents where she's close to death, and we're also in the middle of one right now. So he basically tried to lure her in, but also the black light was kind of consuming the space that her and the director were in, and Mari and Mayumi were just kind of watching because it was a emotional moment for them. But then we ultimately learned that after Sayo didn't make the choice of being with the director, it kind of looked as if he was finding peace, and he made it with his daughter, but obviously she didn't agree to go with him on his decisions. But it turns out that the director was then moved on to his plan B, which was using Sayo as bait to then attract Mari and Mayumi. And Mari is kind of like a god being, as Kenji described, or was it Reiko? One of them kind of described Mari as like some kind of super being or god, where she can ultimately control the fate of Manten Aquarium now, and how the souls of the fish will either cooperate or cause death, essentially. So basically the director's next plan is to try and get to Mari and I guess kill her spirit, so that he can then remold the Red Manten Aquarium to his own vision. So this happened because the director then sort of became one with the malicious whale spirit, and this is basically where we're at. Sayo got hurt. She split her head injury open again. She's bleeding out a little bit, but Mayumi's trying to save her and has kind of stopped the bleeding a little bit, but she's now left with an ultimate decision. So it seems I will have to make a choice once more. So let's get back into it, guys. So the choice we have is to go save Mari or save Sayo. Now, as I said, guys, we want to see all the scenarios, whether it comes to bad ends or good ends. So whichever one I choose right now, we will come back and see what happens with the other one. But Mari, I'm kind of going at by a logical perspective rather than an emotional one. Mari is already dead. Sayo's alive for now, and also Himeno said we would regret if we didn't save Sayo. But Mayumi will also regret if she didn't get the chance to save Mari, even though she's already dead. So it's a tough decision. But I think for now, we should save Sayo, because Himeno's alive, Mayumi's alive, and Sayo is currently alive. So maybe best for the three of them to get out for now. And we can see what happens if we save Mari later on. So for now, let us save Sayo. Is that really okay? Oh, this is the first time the game has ever done this. It's making me... Well, it has for when Kenji was insane originally, but it wasn't like straight away. So, save Sayo. Is that really okay? Yes, I guess. Well, I guess it's making sure you definitely want to make this decision, so let's try it. Save Sayo. I will save Sayo. I stand up in sync with my decision. Up to this point, many things have happened. I made a promise with Himeno and came back here again, I was able to become closer with Sayo. I was able to part with both Saganuma Reiko and Kenji-san. I overcame numerous hardships. On the other hand, I came to know my own smallness as a human being. One person alone is relatively powerless. One person alone is essentially dead. Yeah, the one person alone is relatively powerless. That would be either you or Sayo in this case. One person alone is essentially dead. Well, it could mean any of you, but also Mari's dead. That's exactly why I made this decision. To choose one thing, to not choose the other. Ugh, I wouldn't want to ever be in this kind of position. No one would ever want to be in this kind of position. Himeno denied this, but I understand it once more. I cannot accept what the director said, but we are all minuscule individuals after all. Wanting everything, wanting anything and everything, this is what we call desire, but fumbling around carelessly just to fulfill it will not yield success. Just one strong will. I'm sure that this is the one thing I'm clinging to. Is it okay? I hear a voice. It's fine, Himeno. Is it okay? It's fine, Sayo. Is it okay? I'm gonna guess, is it fine, Mari? It's fine, Mari. Is it okay? It's fine, myself. Really? It's already been decided. So she's kind of debating with her mind, fighting against her will kind of thing. Is that your answer? We didn't have the option of 50-50 or phone a friend, guys. I guess this is our answer. He who chases two hares catches neither. Isn't that how it goes? So it's fine. Me? Well, what's that? Huh? Oh shit. Oh no. Behind me, a large black shadow. A whale. That's right. This is the shape of your doubt. Before I know it, my vision is dyed violet. Oh no. You should already understand by now that no matter which you choose, you won't be forgiven. Oh fuck. That's not true at all. You rejected yourself. You negated everything you've done up to now. What the hell? So is this Mayumi's thoughts, but she's also... It seems like Mayumi's been kind of possessed by someone else, but she's arguing against her thoughts. But I had no choice but to choose. The whale is gradually taking form and finally emerges as one cluster. The wheel becomes large enough to cover the whole room, seeming like a cumulonimbus cloud. The big white fluffy ones. You shouldn't lie to yourself. It's painful, making this confession. God, she's having an extreme monologue to herself, but talking out loud. I shouldn't have to doubt. I shouldn't have to choose. If you're in pain, then hurry and get swallowed up. What the hell? The whale, with its large mouth open, chases after me. Oh no. Before long, the violet world is cut off. I realize it. Within this eternal cloudiness. Oh no. As soon as I give up on either of them, my heart will break. Oh fudge. I think we made a bad decision by choosing one over the other. Forever Cloudy 2. Okay, so that means there is a Forever Cloudy 1 bad ending. And Amari Chibi bad end death. I guess that's because we didn't choose her and we chose Sayo. Okay. Well, shit. But that was Forever Cloudy 2, so there must be a Forever Cloudy 1 bad end, guys. So, I think I know how to get that one, so since we're at the same point, we might as well do that one. So, going back to our original choice here, guys, we shall now go and save Mari. Is that really okay? So I think this is just going by what caused that at first bad end. We chose Sayo twice, so if we choose Mari twice, this is just pure experimenting here. I will save my same dialogue and the exact same outcome, but Forever Cloudy won because instead of Sayo we chose Mari what we've kind of been taught is that Himeno said you're going to regret it, and now we've got a Sayo chibi bad end. Cute chibi deaths. Ugh. So yeah, because Himeno said if you don't go back you'll regret your decision of leaving Sayo behind. So in this case we'll regret the decision of choosing one over the other. So essentially I think the decision in order for us to proceed is that we need to choose one of these choices and then choose the other. So essentially we're saying we can't choose. Right, so guys, for this one, does it matter? I'm not sure, but we'll say go save Mari, and then we'll say, is that really okay? No, save Sayo. I shouldn't have time for doubt. No matter what, I can't choose either one. In this case, I can take Sayo back, call an ambulance, and quickly return to save Mari. Oh, that's a brilliant idea actually, if it's possible. This is the only way. I'll do it. I will. But you're on a this is sending off a little bit of an alarm bell to me, guys, though, because if we remember from the last episode, they do have a limit to when Mayumi first came back to get Sayo. She had a time limit of around, I think it was 5 or 7 hours. We're probably close to that time limit. Did I? Oh. Did I skip a line there, guys? Sorry, let's check the log. Yeah, I think I came this far. If I don't give it my all, then what am I doing? Jeez, Mayu. It's because you're still putting everything on yourself. Is this who I think it is? Huh? Himeno came back. Searching for the voice's owner, my eyes grow large. An unexpected person has appeared before my eyes. Himeno, why are you here? I guess I couldn't sit around and wait either, just like you said. I tried coming in through the entrance. I said, please let me in, I forgot something inside, and the security guard made a fuss, then let me through. I probably disappeared partway through the gate, but I'm sure I can come up with some excuse for that later. Making a fuss? Well, you caused him trouble, right? Well, it is what it is. I learned my obstinance from watching you. By the way, what's going on here? With all those big holes, this place has gotten dangerous. Yeah, this must be extremely distressing and weird from Himeno, because she doesn't know anything about what's going on, apart from the details we gave her in the taxi, which doesn't explain everything she now sees. This place is coming to an end. Moreover, how are you feeling? A little fuzzy, like I'm fading into my exhaustion, but I'm aware that I'm not myself, which probably means the medicine is working. I wanted to come here and support you. Alright, so she's been to the hospital at least. Himeno smiles with a hee hee hee. The circles under her eyes tell me she's still not recovered, but I don't intend to refuse her outright. The liberation of the grudge that coordinated the Red Manten Aquarium by way of Mari's power, that will also lead to the undoing of the curse that has leapt into the outside world as well. Just as Himeno says, it's probably just the effects of the medicine. However, I believe that Mari led her here. Possibly, because you certainly got separated from Mari. You had to tend to Sayo's wound when she hit the tank. At this moment, her being here, no matter how strong my heart is, I can't put it into words. I control the urge to embrace her for now and look in her eyes as I say, "Take this girl and go back to the real world. If you call an ambulance right away, I'm sure she'll be saved." "I see. This is the girl you tried to save. Her injuries are terrible." Himeno seems to have finally noticed the girl lying on the ground. Seeing that striking red colour, Himeno's pupils seem to contract. Even for Himeno, her focus seems to be wavering. But at this point, Himeno is the only one I can rely on. I'm kind of glad that the person I'm counting on in the end is her. "I'll explain after we get home. I'm going to rescue Mari." "Mari-chan is your little sister, right? By going to save her, you..." I still haven't explained anything. It's not unthinkable that Himeno would be confused. However, I don't have time to explain it from the start. I look Himeno straight in the eye. "Trust me, and wait for me. I'll definitely come back." I squeeze Himeno's hands and say this. Along with this wish, I entrust her with my feelings. That is my intention. Just like when we were in the taxi, I expect to receive various objections. Himeno leaves only enough time to blink, then responds. "I understand. This is something only you can do. When you come back, let's eat ice cream together." Oh yes, we need to get the rip-off Haagen-Dazs that they're talking about. "Cookies and cream. I'll have a double order." "You deserve it." Looking at Sayo's watch, it's getting close to midnight. This is when I'm usually asleep, but in these circumstances, I'm not the least bit sleepy. If the clock strikes midnight, the full moon will end. So you've not got a lot of time. There's no time. It's not just the time limit before the destruction of Manten Aquarium, but the end of the night of the full moon as well. "Mayu, I believe in you." Himeno, carrying Sayo on her back, stands up. When she extends her legs, she wobbles and stumbles, but straightens up her back with some confidence in her stability. Sayo has about the same build as I do, so it should be no problem for Himeno to carry her. Yeah, I forgot Himeno's quite athletic as well. Not as much as Kenji was. "Don't overdo it, Himeno. Your health is the most important." "What are you saying? I will do this, even if it's to the point of ridiculousness, because you entrusted me with this. Anyway, that should have been my line." When Himeno takes a step, I hear the sound of something falling. It's the keychain, the one with the jellyfish drop attached, the same as the one I dropped. It seems to have fallen out of Sayo's pocket. Oh, she picked it up for us. Why? Sayo should have had the starfish. She should have had Mari's keychain. So it was this girl then. I just realized it. When she bumped into you, this girl was the one who dropped the keychain. At that time, you must have gotten them switched up. It was something important to you, right, Mayu? You carried it like a charm? No. I put the keychain inside Himeno's pocket. Mayu? It's your charm of protection, Himeno. When Sayo wakes up, give it back to her. I'm sure she just missed the chance to return it, but I want to wait until I hear that from Sayo herself. Okay, Roger. Be careful. Right. Our exchange ends there. If possible, I want to talk with her more. If possible, I want us to go together. Even so, I will grant my wish. Mari tried to do that for me. Not so I can part with the past, not so I can part with Mari, so that in the distant future I can surely see her again with a smile. Oh man, looks like there's a bit more, guys. I was wondering if we were getting close to the end, but looks like there is a bit more to go. So where are we now? Oh, back at the tunnel tank, and it is crumbling to hell. This world really is going to end. No matter which way I look, it's a world full of holes. The black erosion continues, the blue particles filling my vision even more than before. I can sense them against my body, and I'm sure I have less than 15 minutes. This isn't the time limit of when this world will completely disappear, but rather how long I have left to get back going the way I came. I have no more time to spend with Mari. However, I will rescue Mari, even if I only have a second. In the end, if I can just see Mari's happy smile, I won't regret anything else. But where in the world has she been taken to? Mari, answer me. I lace my hands together in front of my chest and pray. I don't even consider the idea that it probably won't get through. I believe. Because Mari is connected to this aquarium, no matter how I look at it, it doesn't seem strange. Yeah, stranger things have happened in this game. Sister. Mari! Big sister! I got it. Wait for me. I heard it. Mari's voice. Wait, what? A fish? Immediately after, a small, glowing fish appears before me. Its transparency isn't from its natural state, but likely from it taking form from the aquarium's attempt to preserve itself. It has a form similar to the tropical fish known as an angelfish. It has no stripe pattern, and the light emitting from its body isn't just light blue like Mari's, but has some gold mixed in. Its triangular body is wavering, as if it's trying to signal me. I run, following that form. As the angelfish wiggles along, it swims forward through the air. I realise after a little bit that it's to avoid the holes in the floor. Alright, so it's kind of like a wisp directing Mayumi to Mari, I guess? I can trust in this little one, can't I? I increase my speed further. Oh, the staff passageway. Once we arrive at the staff passageway, the fish stops. It begins swimming in circles there, and I understand what it's trying to tell me. Oh yeah, from the previous playthrough there's a ladder up to the top of the tunnel tank through here. She's here, isn't she? A ladder has been prepared against the wall. The tunnel tank should be side by side with the passage. In other words, if I climb this ladder, I should reach the top part of the tunnel tank. It's a place for doing maintenance on the tank and giving the fish food. I think it's also the place where Mari died. And the place where Saginu Mariko was pushed around by Kenji-san, and where Mari drowned to death. You chose this place on purpose, didn't you, Director? I take a small breath and place one hand on the ladder. The angelfish follows along as if it's pursuing me. Whoa, this is certainly a different scenario from before, guys. The lamps are corroding with darkness. It's dripping into the water of the tunnel tank, and this bridge does not look sturdy. As I climb up to the tunnel tank, I instantly feel as if the space has increased. Be that as it may, the scaffolding is still the only bridge connecting one side to the other. The floor space seems wider than the ceiling, likely larger than an entire 3 stories. The deep water is insignificant compared to the places that have disappeared in the darkness. Oh, shit. And he's literally clutching her by the neck. The director is standing at the other side of the scaffolding. At his side, he holds Mari. That's not at his side. Well, it is, but like not literally at his side, holding him up. Please, let Mari go. He's holding Mari's neck between his arms. He can touch Mari. In other words, the director he's already become a soul. We are already becoming an existence greater than some mere grudge, but I took on this temporary form in order to explain the situation to you. The director has seized Mari. She seems to be in pain, trying to resist him by pulling away his hands. However, her voice won't come out, as if her throat is being compressed, and all she can do is kick her legs as she writhes about. Wasn't it Mari's power that liberated the aquarium, and now the situation has changed, so your power has exceeded Mari's? There is no need for you to know. At this point, I will give you a warning. He ignores my question and continues. The water's surface is calm. I do not see the whale. Still, I am vigilant to the possibility that it could suddenly appear as I lend him an ear. Go back immediately. As long as I have this girl, your sister, within my control, there is no need for you to die. There is no changing it. This world will disappear. I recommend that you return while there is still a path. What's going on all of a sudden? Earlier, you said it would swallow everything. The circumstances have changed. This is probably the second time I have said this. That wasn't you, but Saganuma Reiko who said it. At that time, Saganuma Reiko was also part of the aquarium. She did something stupid by vanishing in order to return to her individual self. When she showed up to us in her younger form, I guess. The director continues in an uninterested tone. His inflection has decreased even further compared to when he was talking to Sayo. He literally has no emotion whatsoever now. When you receive a present from someone, you are happy. When you are hurt, you suffer. When someone you love dies, you cry. When a child is born, you feel blessed. These are all emotions humans know without having to be taught, but it's a step above instinct as a truth of psychology. That's a general concept. Wow, that's kind of deep. This girl is a pure existence, close to the limits of nothingness. I wonder if you understand. She wants you all to be happy. It's hard to believe, but this desire is equal to a general concept. You all likely don't realize it, but this girl is already in the process of changing into her desire. This means she's being sublimated into a metaphysical existence. Don't say this girl. She has a name, Mari. Moreover, whatever her desire, it is Mari's wish. I say this as I glare at him. That's enough wordplay. Anyway, this transformation into a concept means that she will lose her individuality. Oh shit. Well, it's kind of to be expected. In order to stop the Red Manten Aquarium and its grudges and malice, her pure form would have to merge with it, I guess. The reason I was able to seize this girl is because she has sustained her individuality. However, combining with this highly pure aquarium is what I'm doing at this moment. It's due to her lingering attachments from her bond with you that she cannot be completely sublimated. Yeah, so her wish that she wants to reform the bond with her sister and make up since they fought when she was last alive. And so yeah, and she's making the aquarium totally pure, but if he merges, the grudge will return. After I finish dyeing the seed of a new idea that this girl created with the grudge that keeps this world in order, I will have it blossom according to my liking. That was my plan long ago. In the event you didn't go back, I would finish swallowing up this space along with you. If you went back, you would be saved. Either way, the outcome doesn't change. This girl probably wishes for you to be saved. I suggest you return to the human world. As the director says this, Mari stops resisting. This tells me that this man is not mistaken. If I go back the way I came, I will be saved. This is Mari's wordless message. Then, Mari... Of course, she will be swallowed up by that mysterious darkness and will be unable to go to heaven. I don't know if there is a heaven. That in itself may be a conceptual issue, but my desire is for Mari to go, laughing. Well then, you must choose. Oh, for the love of God, no, not again. No, it's already decided. There's no other way about it. I will save Mari. Almost at the same time as I intend to thrust my resolve at the director. Of course, the whale shows up. Oh, achievement unlocked just a little more. So we've seen, I think that's about 75% of the CGs. The whale takes form above the director's head. Different from before, its shape is clear enough to know that it is a whale. So, yeah, I think that's definitely a blue whale. I think... maybe. So it's not covered by a cloudy malice anymore, so maybe Mari has made it pure? Once I'm consumed, This world will vanish within 5 minutes. That is your time extension. The whale swims elegantly throughout the room, tank and all. Despite the fact that the whale has once again taken on the form of a cloud, it stirs up the water as if a bucket were turned over from above my head. I am soaked with water. And just like that, the whale swallows up Mari and Sakuragi Asao in a straight line. Mari! It's something I do almost on instinct. I charge across the bridge above the upper part of the tank and leap into the whale's mouth. The angelfish that has followed me heads into the whale's mouth as well, seeming to swim with all its might. Okay, so we're inside the Malice and Grudge whale. It's not as if I have a plan. Still, the fact that I have this fish with me means that Mari wasn't completely swallowed up. He said that her bond with me is what's keeping her from completely purifying the aquarium, but on the other hand, maybe it's protecting her from becoming one with the director. Moreover, when Sayo created the whale, it swallowed me, but it was a phenomenon completely different from being eaten. Just as he said, this whale is probably just one general concept from the assembled body of the Grudge. It can't just be destroyed. Sayo herself said that it was the same whale. More than anything, if she didn't have an idea, Mari wouldn't have led me here. Oh, in the white light. Uh-oh. Oh crap, we're in the ocean. Geez, big sister, you always do stupid stuff. My vision is a faint world of light. If I had to describe it, I would say I'm deep within the water, far away from the sun. You're in the deep water. Oh. Is Mayumi going to die? In order to test that, I tried to reach my hands towards the voice. Because you believed in me. Then I can't say bye-bye with my heart at ease. Yeah, that's why I need you to lend me your strength a little longer. Leave it to me, but the only one who can tell you the truth is this lady, so look sharp. Oh. Maybe she'll be saved, actually. The angelfish at my side floats up, disappearing into the light. Having become particles of ultramarine light, the angelfish's remains become one with the light. The light swells even further, completely filling my vision. Within that, a faint image appears. Oh. We're back in the director's office with Isao the director and Saganuma Reiko. This is... what? It's the voice of a shocked Saganuma Reiko. She's looking over some sort of document. I have never committed embezzlement nor anything of the sort. Oh, he's accusing her of something. Seated on the antique furniture, Sakuragi Isao peers emotionlessly at her in a flustered state. Even if you try to squeeze me out of this company, the employers will no longer trust you. Quite the opposite. After that, I cannot hear what Saganuma Reiko is saying. The image has already begun to disappear. Sakuragi Isao continues to sit there, his expression unchanging. Within his eyes, he is trying to stifle his anxiety. Whether Mari is showing me this or I am merely able to see it is not clear. However, at the same time that this is the final action of Saganuma Reiko, it is a moment Sakuragi Isao can never return to. When the image disappears, this time I am swallowed by a whirlpool. I do not resist, but rather give in to it. Oh! She's back at the jellyfish booth? Or she's seeing a vision of it anyway. When I come to, I am standing in the jellyfish booth. My body and clothes are just the same, and there is a mistiness to the edge of my vision. There is no erosion or sign of bugs eating away at the aquarium, so I realize quickly that this is a scene Mari has created. How ironic. Why did she choose this place? Sakuragi Isao is also here. He looks to the sky to ask his question, but no reply comes. This place was constructed after my death, and is a place detached from my ideal. For Manten Aquarium, You could say it's the one place that has no connection to me. Ah, maybe that's why Mari brought them here then. Sometimes, as he talks, the director's body sways. As I think that he is perhaps looking at me, I am once again in a similar situation to before. By limiting my location, you intend to oppose me then. However, we no longer have the time to waste. The director is definitely not looking at me, so I decide to take a step in his direction. Alright, can the director not see Mayumi, is what I'm wondering. You are a human. Or maybe she can't. Maybe he can. Oh, yeah, you can. That's right. You couldn't get away. Still, there's nothing to worry about. You are merely heading for your demise. You're merely trembling before your own sins. The one meeting with you is merely one part of me. The majority of me is still continuing the erosion. Soon I shall conquer that girl. Don't think so, asshole. You were scared, weren't you? You were made to believe, even if I die, nothing is impossible. That's why you chose to hate, to throw away your humanity and to evade their reproachful eyes. You are already losing your form. You understand what that means, don't you? Unrelated to your will, there's nothing for you to do but become part of the larger flow of wills. You're trying to run away as if nothing ever happened? Even now, that basis hasn't changed. That's why you can't run away from the fact that you are a human. There's no difference between the directive known as Sakuragi Isao and us. Silence! Uh-oh. No, not again with the jellyfish. In contrast to his emotionless up to this point, he shouts as if to obstruct my words. This is probably the feeling of anger, as if acting in concert with this, several tanks in the jellyfish booth break. I close my eyes out of shock at the sound, but manage not to raise my voice in response. I am watching the director's wavering form as I say, "So you aren't a human after all." Oh, back in the deep ocean again. At almost the same time as I finish saying this, everything is dyed in black. The jellyfish booth disappears in an instant, and it becomes like we have sunk into the lightless ocean. When I lay my eyes on that last scene, it is the truth I see through. Mari erasing the directive was likely to stop the director. I sink further, as I feel something brush against my butt. Darkness once again gives way to the world. Oh! It's the deep-sea fish booth I visited with Mari and Sayo. Like it was before, the mist still hasn't faded from my vision. And we're back again. Why am I not being sublimated? Because Mari is stronger than you. Letting out a cry, his form is clearer than before. I stand up and once again face him. I think there's no one who's okay with dying. No matter what happens, no one feels happy to die. Not Mari, not me, surely not Himeno or Sayo, maybe not even Saginuma Reiko, or you. If only someone could have accepted you in spite of your self-loathing, with that alone you might have been saved. Don't speak as if you know. My objective is to become a concept. It isn't to escape. Uh-oh. And it's going red, and the screens are kind of going the violet. The tank pulses, and all of the water changes to blood. And again, we're back in the ocean. Before the red light that flows out fills the whole room, I once again sink into the sea of darkness. He has probably already realized that he cannot escape. Oh, now we're at the souvenir shop. Not showing any surprise, Sakuragi Isao stands stock still. I drift towards the souvenir stand. It's the place that, 5 years ago, led to Mari and I being separated forever. People do good things and bad things. Isn't that natural? For me, it is. Right, Mari? That's exactly why I asked Mari. Oh, there she is. Mari, enveloped in light, is there. The light is so intense, it's incomparable to anything that came before. That's right, even though you should have at least traded with me. She's still not going to hold that back. She's still not going to let you go off the hook with that, Mayumi. I'm sorry about that time. Are you still mad? I'm not mad, since you said you were sorry. Aww. I'm also sorry. Looks like my time is up. I'm going to disappear. Yeah, but since it's you, Mari, I'm sure you'll be happy no matter where you go. You too, big sister. That's why. That's because it's our wish. Time is terribly short. We've finally reached this parting, one that took the passage of 5 years to last only half a day and could never be enough. Still, I am satisfied with it. Reality will not change. I know that no matter what I do today, I can never revive Mari. That's why, at the very least, I don't want to have regrets. Those feelings are granted in this moment. Mari, you okay? Yeah, I know. Oh. What on earth has happened to the director now? Is Mari's light consuming him? What? This body is... A blue light begins flowing out of Sakuragi Asao's body. Oh, she's curing him of his grudges and regrets. I have transcended my individuality. Why am I disappearing as Sakuragi Asao? Mari is taking you with her. No matter what sins you are shouldering, since you are a human, the place you will go is the same. Stop this. I will live eternally as a concept. But this is proof that your soul has already accepted its humanity. I don't take my eyes off of the disappearing director. Gah, stop this, please. Nope, you're crossing over. It takes no time for all of him to become particles and become one with the light. He crossed over, suffering, as a human. Fear is born only in the hearts of humans. I have no idea whether or not he was saved. Taking a small breath, I turned to Mari, who has almost completely become light. Mari. There is no response, merely a nod. She is enveloped by a gentle light. Whether Mari is a human or a mere concept, I honestly am not sure. Without a doubt, Mari was able to interfere in this world after all. But the last expression Mari showed me was a smile. Aww. At the very least, I was saved by her. That's why, from now on, I'll treat her wish like a treasure and continue to help it come true. No matter what, to me, she was human. Damn. So, Mayumi, are you saved? Are you returned to the real world? That night, I dreamt of a whale swimming into the heavens. Numerous fish were chasing its large tail fin, the swell creating whirlpools. The mixture of light and dark was like deja vu. She woke up in hospital. Mayu, Mayu. It's a familiar voice calling my name that wakes me up. Yelling at a hospital patient, do you have no common sense? There's another voice as well. Even in my sleep, I know right away the owners of the voices. But I'm worried about her. I finally woke up and was surprised to hear from the nurse that my friend was in the hospital too, so much so that I couldn't stand. You're so noisy. This isn't your area of expertise, so just be quiet and wait. When you put it that way, it isn't yours either, Sayo-chan. Whatever, chubby. Oof! Ouch. Curves maybe, but definitely not chubby.
Chub? Hey! That has nothing to do with this, and I'm not particularly chubby. You're somewhat like a cow, making you at least 10 kilos heavier than me.
Oh my god, Sayo. Oof. Jeez. Himeno needs to go to the burns unit. Terrible joke.
I'm not that heavy. There's a 10 kilo difference between me before Sayo eats and you after you've eaten.
Wait a minute. Is it Sayo's saying that? Before Sayo eats and you after you've eaten? Oh right, okay, so you're saying that there's no matter how much Sayo eats, Himeno still weighs 10 kilos. Sayo, you're asking for it.
Hey, what's up with that meanness? And you speak in the third person quite often. Could you be prissy? I'm not prissy. Don't push the boundaries of common sense. I think it's fine. You can be so cute and yet still have these moments, Sayo-chan? Don't make fun of me. Jeez, don't be so loud around a hospital patient.
Throwing it right back at her. Finally, my body has begun to awaken. The desire to stay like this when my eyes close lingers. Himeno and Sayo continue their exchange. I'm not sure when it was that they got to know each other, but regardless, they're like fire and oil. Oh my. Well, they'll bring a fire to the party, I guess. No. Yes, they seems to be that they will always argue, but hopefully they'll become friends anyway. And this also brings up a good question. If they've gotten to know each other, how long has Mayumi been unconscious in the hospital? Speaking of which, the two of them mentioned a hospital patient. Does that mean, in this case, I'm the patient? Would make sense. Yes! Miku! Yes! Oh, I was wondering if we would find out what happened to her.
I could hear you two from out there. This is a hospital. Don't you think you should be a little quieter?
Another voice mixes in with the other two, who are getting along as well as dogs and cats, and now I begin to find myself really confused. Looking through thin slits, a small girl is standing next to Himeno and Sayo. She's probably shorter than I am and is wearing a soft and frilly dress. She's fashionable and quite a different type from Himeno and Sayo.
You did it! Sayo-chan did it. Okay, now. If you fight every day, you'll just annoy Mayumi-chan.
She warns the both of them in a gentle tone. I close my eyes once more and think about what I should do.
Well, it's already been a week since Mayo was hospitalized. The doctor said her life is in no danger, but I'm worried.
So it's been a week. I see. I've been hospitalized for a week already. It was the end of June when we visited Manten Aquarium, so it should now be about the first week in July. There was something really big waiting for me in July.
There's finals next week.
That's the first thing she says when she announces that she's conscious. Mayumi, based on your circumstances, I think they'll give you an extension. Without realizing it, I pop up, pushing up the white fabric. I once more realize that this is a hospital room. Even though I feel differently on the day I hung out with Himeno, I had intended to study. My results from the previous midterm exams weren't good, so I had planned to take about 2 weeks to study, but... I awaken, too quickly for my liking and surely in a different way than what they expected. Himeno, blinking her eyes rapidly, stares at me. From a surprised look to a smile, then to a tearful one, in such a short span of time, all of Himeno's feelings come across to me. Aww. Will Sayo cry? I'm curious.
Himeno? Mayu.
Before I realize it, drops begin to fall from my eyes as well. For me, it's equivalent to a reunion after several hours, so why do I feel so nostalgic?
Mayu!
Unable to bear it any longer, Himeno leaps at me. Feeling the softness of her and her warmth, I am sure that this really is my best friend.
I'm here too.
She doesn't want to be left out.
Sayo-chan, did you want in on the warm and fuzzies as well? Don't make this weird.
For a while, Himeno doesn't leave my side. It doesn't bother me at all, so I hug her back, and we remain on top of the bed like that until the doctor comes. After that, a lot of difficult things happened. First, somehow, on that day, at midnight on the dot, it seems I had collapsed at the entrance to Manten Aquarium. The security officer who had found me called an ambulance and I was hospitalised, bringing us to the present. So, Mari's last action was to transport Mayumi back to the real world, Manten Aquarium, right outside the entrance. Sayo was immediately hospitalised and Himeno, who had been with her, fell into a slight panic learning I had also been brought in. The soft and frilly girl, her name is Minato Miku, we know. She's Sayo's classmate and was apparently one of the victims of Manten Aquarium, so she has been hospitalised here in the same hospital up till now. On that day, her mental state was restored. So as soon as the curse ended, Miku was back to normal. From this to that, it seems a lot has happened, but those are all other stories. Like the fact that somehow I avoided any sort of interrogation from my parents, or that, despite the doctor trying to get me to rest, I've been studying really hard since I woke up, or that once again a gravestone has been made for Mari. Oh, really? But I suppose it's definitely confirmed now. All of those are other stories. I have no time to think about how I'm going to live my life from now on. Surely my busy days will continue, but ever since that date, something surrounding me has definitely changed. That's why, just a little, I'll live my life facing things head on. Is that it? Is that one of the endings? I think so, guys. I think this might be one of the endings. Not 100% sure, but we're back at the bar at Kagura where we first got to meet Miku and Sayo's past. Yep, that's an end, guys. We've hit one of the other true ends. So yeah, at this point I'll probably just leave you with the credits and the music. Okay, guys, so there were the end credits to one of the other true endings, but just like the first ending we got, there appears to be a little bit more. So, let's see what they're up to now. The first day of summer break, I'm leaning against a pillar in Manten Station. Of course, the reason is because I'm waiting for someone. Having come before the appointed meet-up time, I'm spacing out standing against the third pillar from the left. Doing this makes me remember that day, the day I visited Manten Aquarium, the day of farewell, where I faced destiny. It makes sense, but beginnings are always so normal. There are 5 minutes until our meeting time. At that time, Himeno came early, but I wonder how today will go. Come to think of it, this is our first time going out since then. Just as I lose awareness of my surroundings, my memories are brought back as if in reaction to my situation. The world of fear and horror, the red Manten Aquarium. We're talking about a world that's long gone, but right now, I'm being clearly reminded of it. That's right, it's... Kya! Is this Himeno doing Guess Who? In an instant, my vision is dyed pitch black. Even though my eyes are open, I can't see a thing. Something cold to the touch is touching my face. It's become hard to breathe. However, I don't feel afraid. Rather, I feel irritated.
Himeno! Hehehe, that's the second time.
Himeno pulls away the hand that had covered my eyes and mouth and suddenly swings around in front of me, holding up 2 fingers and laughing. I respond by puffing up my cheeks at Himeno, who seems to be enjoying this from the bottom of her heart. She's right on time, so I guess her prank is her way of making things even.
Geez, you're so mean, you scared me. How do I put it? That's a staple of my routine.
You know this isn't good for my heart. Today, Himeno was wearing a pink one-piece dress and an emerald green cardigan. It's the first time I've seen her in these clothes, so it may be that she got them especially for this day. Along similar lines, I also actually have brand new clothes on today. They're very summery, and the colour matches well with my beloved boot sandals, so they're perfect for going out. Himeno, of course, seems to have noticed, and we talk for some time. During our conversation, my eyes drift to the big Boston bag Himeno is once again carrying.
Himeno, why do you still have that bag?
Oh, they mean the same bag that she had with supplies that looked as if they were planning on camping at Manten Aquarium? Himeno puffs up her chest with pride and begins fishing around inside of it.
You see... Ah, jeez, it's fine. Could it be that you want to include that in your routine too? Oh? Have I been found out? Jeez, Himeno. Speaking of which, earlier you said something about being faster than me. What was that about? You wanna know, Mayu-chan? When you say it like that, it piques my curiosity. But I can't tell you yet. You're not ready, Mayu. Ah. Jeez, don't get mad at me. Next week, I promise I'll tell you. Why's that? I'm gonna want to know today. Next week, then it'll have been a whole month that she's been stalling, and now she says I have to wait another week? What's the point in putting it off for that long? Having thought that far, I place my hand to my mouth with an ah. When I have a hunch, my face immediately becomes hot. From Himeno's point of view, I'm sure there's mistaking the redness in my face. Next week. That's my birthday. Oh, she's bought birthday presents already. I start to say, then close my mouth. Himeno looks at me, somewhat bashfully. She's really not good with surprises and the like. Rather than being annoying, I find this to be so like Himeno and charming. When our eyes meet once again, we both become strangely embarrassed. Oh. Well, since Sayo-chan's in the dialogue, then this must be Miku. Well, well, what a pleasant mood, Sayo-chan. Shall we get them to let us join in? Huh? I don't get it at all. You're not very earnest. And all 4 are together. Sayo, Miku-san.
Their timing is matched with the arrival of a train. Almost in sync with the flow of people, the two of them arrive, our meeting time, on the dot.
Hello. You can leave out the honorifics. We're all Sayo's friends and all, and I'm calling you Mayumi-chan after all.
When I greet her, Miko always returns my greeting in a relaxed tone.
Miku-chan, long time no see. Himeno-chan, it's been almost a month. You two are getting on well. Sayo, you too.
That brusque way of clicking her tongue at what I say hasn't changed. It hasn't been more than a month leading up to today, the first day of summer break, so it's not likely for her to change that much. The four of us together is also rare, if I do say so myself. From the instant at the Red Manten Aquarium onward, before we realised it, we had become friends. In place of Sayo, who doesn't care for emails or phone calls, Miko has served as the go-between, leading to the creation of the plan for us to hang out today. I quickly became friends with the self-paced, sociable Miku. I felt it was somewhat wondrous that even I could become friends so easily with anyone, but even in class, I feel like more people are talking with me. Oh, that's good.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. I haven't heard anything about what we're doing today, though.
Didn't I tell you? We're doing karaoke?
Oh no. Great for the three of them, but Sayo's gonna hate that, I'm pretty sure.
What? Karaoke? I'll pass. I don't care for it. What? Are you bad at singing?
As if she were waiting for it, Himeno was broadly grinning. When she talks with Sayo, Himeno is lively in a different way than she is in class. She likes teasing Sayo. According to Miku, in the beginning, Sayo had the upper hand, but after several days, there were signs that this was being reversed.
I'm not bad. Are you embarrassed? That's enough. It's fine if we go. I'll say this though, I don't know how this will turn out.
Oh gosh. Competitive.
What does that mean?
It's not like I come to karaoke frequently, but I know enough to know that it's not a place where something could happen. At something said behind someone's back, Miku is grinning for some reason. Oh, wow. How fitting. They have an aquarium-based background in their karaoke room. With Himeno at the helm, we finish checking in, order each of our drinks and a snack for us to share. Sayo and I sit towards the middle, with Himeno at my side and Miku next to Sayo. Just as we finally settled down, it's Sayo who is the first to move. Nimbly operating the touchpad remote, she leads the charge with the first song. Standing up straight, she uses the loading time to face the microphone and chat.
I am merely entering songs I like. Please add to them as you see fit.
Once Sayo finishes saying this, intense drumming reverberates from the speakers. A rock number in a genre I know nothing about is unfurling from the speakers. Maybe it's the same for Himeno. Is she gonna choose one of the songs by that band from the club? Sayo begins to sing the first line just a little bit late. I have a feeling I know why Miku didn't tell her until the day of that we were going to karaoke. Lack of rhythm? As the ringleader of the cajoling, Himeno looks like she wants to say something. Cajoling, I think, maybe.
I'll sing too.
Taking a microphone from the table, Miko pops up. Unexpectedly, considering her appearance, Miko apparently likes hard rock as well. Sayo seems a little dissatisfied, but when the song starts, they both seem to be enjoying it. Compared to Sayo, Miko is a good singer. She accurately sings even the most intense songs. I thought Himeno was a good singer, but this is even better. Ooh, ow, burn.
Hey, Mayu, I don't know how to get into this.
Not their genre and taste in music, I guess. Just as the second melody ends, Himeno whispers in my ear. Even so, her voice is loud enough not to be drowned out by the microphone.
I don't know either. I don't listen to this kind of music either. Right. Though it's not surprising that Sayo-chan and Miku like this type of song.
Himeno and I have similar taste in music. Both of us like pop music. If we sing them in front of Sayo and Miku, they might get mad, but when neither of us chooses a song, Sayo puts another one on. The band is different, but the song is the same.
Anyway, should we throw up our hands? Agreed. Let's thrust out our fists.
Oh, they're not going to be beaten. Somehow, I try to elevate the mood in the room, and it goes better than I expected. Glancing at us, Miku starts to snicker.
You two wanna sing?
Sayo is getting pretty pumped up.
It seems wrong to interrupt.
Sayo immediately makes a displeased face and tosses the microphone. Oh, competitiveness. Sayo wants to sing with Mayumi, I think.
If you want to sing, then just say so. But I don't know this song. It's fine, just sing.
What? Even as I push the mic back towards her, Sayo won't take it. Maybe she didn't think that I wouldn't know this song.
Well then, Himeno-chan, you'll sing too? Nah, I don't know it either.
In the end, the three of us end up in a shape similar to a game of Oshikura Manju. Miku doesn't seem like she's completely enjoying it though. Despite the jumble and disorder, I really enjoy it.
Then what do you guys know? Well, there was the theme to that recent detective drama. I like that song.
I don't listen to those kind of songs.
I know it. Well, then the three of us can sing it.
Sayo sticks out her lip like she's pouting. She doesn't want to be left out. After that, it wasn't really karaoke in the traditional sense. I found watching Himeno and Sayo's squabbles to be particularly charming. During that time, Miku and I chat while drinking our beverages. Since this is still during free time, we can stay as long as we want. The fun times will continue on and on. For example, even when today's done, my time's not up. From here on, there will be many more good and bad times. I'll probably have many more arguments with everyone. I'll probably have times where I hate myself. Even so, in the end, I want to laugh and take it all in, because I think that first step, it's a happy one.
Mayu, why are you spacing out?
I can understand why with this song playing.
There aren't enough mics, but let's all sing together anyway. Right.
When I stand up, a single drop trickles out and falls. I was just reminiscing a bit on all that's happened. Just one last drop, and then I can no longer hear the sound of them. I try to sing with all my heart, and somehow it feels really good. Another reference to the sound of drops fall into poison. Then the end. So there we go, guys. Another true end has been achieved. Achievement unlocked, the limited ocean of the life. So that must be a name of one of the other true ends, guys. So yeah, let's have a look at the ending list. So there we go. Yep, we've unlocked one of the 2 of the 4 true ends. So we've got the limited ocean of the life. So based on the 2 true ends we've had so far, the limited ocean of the life is definitely the better end so far. I mean, the Princess of Drops was nice, but in this one we saved 4 people, so that's the best one so far. I don't know what the other ones are going to be like, so we will continue to find out what they are. And we achieved 2 more bad ends, but there are 2 that we're still missing, so of course we will try and get them as well. So for now, guys, I will call this episode here. Now that we've achieved 2 out of the 4 good ends, we're halfway to kind of completing all the ends and to get the band ends and come to seeing the full story of this game. So for now, we'll call it here, and then we'll try and get the next true end in the next episode, guys. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then please give it a massive, beautiful, big thumbs up. It really helps me out. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for the continuation of the story and more content to follow on the channel. If you've got anything you'd like to say, any questions or anything or any feedback on the videos. I always appreciate any feedback and like reading the comments, so post them below. And so yeah, more Sound of Drop Fall into Poison will be coming soon, guys. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!